Chapter 1. The Sound of Silence. The night is still, too still. I lie in my bed, staring at the ceiling. It feels like the whole world is holding its breath. The air is thick, heavy with something I can't touch, but I can feel. It wraps around me, making my chest tight, my heart beat too fast. I don't move. I don't even blink. I just listen. Outside, I can hear the rumble. It's not loud, but it's there, like thunder, far away. It shakes the ground, just a little, and it fills the silence with its sound, a sound I've heard too many times. The bombs. They come and go. One after another. Boom. 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 I try to think of something else, something happy, but I can't. Not now. Not tonight. I think about my mother, Layla, how she always tells me, "Don't be afraid, Adam." But I'm afraid. I am. And I don't know how to tell her. How can I say it? How can I tell her that I lie awake in the dark, waiting for the next boom? The next explosion? I close my eyes for a moment, trying to imagine something different. I picture a world with no bombs, no sound of destruction, a world where children laugh and play outside without fear. But I know it's just a dream too far away to touch. And then I hear it again, the rumble. This time it's louder. The walls shake and I feel it in my bones. Boom. I hold my breath. My heart races. I don't want to look, but I do. I peek out from under the blanket. The night outside is dark, black, no moon, no stars, only shadows. I can see the glow on the horizon, a faint red light. I know what it means. Another bomb, another day lost to fear. I think of my little sister, Noor. She's only 6. I know she doesn't understand everything. She doesn't hear the rumble the way I do. She thinks the bombs are just thunder, like when the sky is angry and it rumbles, but nothing happens. I wish she were right. I wish the sound of bombs were just thunder. But it's not. It's not. I want to get up and go to her room, to hold her, to tell her everything will be okay. But I don't move. I know my mother will be there. She's always there, keeping Noor close, keeping her safe. Layla is strong, stronger than I can ever be. She says, "Sleep, my son. You are safe." But she doesn't say it like she believes it. She says it like she's trying to believe it, like she's trying to make herself feel better too. I think about my father, Mahmoud. He's always so brave. He's out there somewhere, making sure we're safe. I don't know exactly where he goes, but he never stays home when the bombs fall. He says he's protecting us. But I wonder if he's afraid, too. Does he feel the rumble? Does it shake him the way it shakes me? The silence falls again. The rumble has stopped, for now. But the silence doesn't bring peace. It's not a peaceful silence. It's the silence before the next wave. The silence that makes my skin crawl. The silence that tells me something is coming. Something bad. Something I can't stop. I think about the world outside Gaza. The world beyond the walls, the fences. Do they hear the bombs? Do they feel the fear? Do they know what it's like to live like this? To hear the rumble, to feel the shaking in your body, in your heart, but to do nothing. Because there's nothing you can do. I want to scream. I want to shout at the world outside Gaza. Do you hear us? Do you see us? We're here. We're alive. But I know they can't hear me. I'm just one boy, one voice lost in a world that doesn't listen. I lie back down, closing my eyes again. I want to sleep, but sleep doesn't come easily. How can I sleep when the world feels like it's about to break? I think about my mother's voice, how it calms me, how it makes me feel safe. Don't be afraid, Adam. I'm here. She says it like it's true. And in her arms, maybe it is. Maybe for just a moment it is. But not tonight. Tonight, I can't close my eyes. Tonight, I can only wait for the sound of the next bomb, for the next rumble to shake the silence and shake me. Outside, the darkness remains. The sound of the bombs fades into the distance. But I know it's not over. Not yet. And so, I wait. I wait for the silence to break again. Chapter 2. Dreams of a Better Life. The sun has just set, and the light in our small room is fading. Layla, my mother, sits on the floor, her back against the wall. Noor is curled up beside her, her small head resting on my mother's shoulder. I'm sitting across from them, watching the shadows grow longer as night begins to take over. The silence is thick. It's the kind of silence that fills you up, but it doesn't feel peaceful. It's heavy, like the weight of the world is pressing down on us. Outside, the sky is dark and empty, but inside, there is still a little light, the light of hope that comes from my mother's voice. Adam? She says softly, breaking the silence. Noor, come here. I want to tell you a story. Noor sits up, her big eyes looking at Layla. She loves my mother's stories. She loves to hear about things that are far away, things that sound so different from the world we know. Layla smiles, and her voice grows gentle. Once, in a land far away, children could play outside all day. There were no bombs, no sounds of war. The sky was always blue, and the air was warm and safe. The trees were tall, and the grass was soft and green. Children ran through the fields, laughing. They played with their friends, without fear. I watch Noor's eyes widen. She likes to imagine these places, these worlds that don't feel like ours. I wish I could believe in them too. But the sound of the bombs in the distance reminds me that those places aren't real. Not for us. Layla continues, her voice carrying us away from our room. In that world, families would eat dinner together every night. They would talk and laugh, telling stories of their day. They would sleep in their warm beds, knowing that tomorrow would be another day of peace, a day where they didn't have to worry about anything. Noor's small hands twist in her lap. She's listening so carefully, like she believes every word. She even looks up at the ceiling, imagining the fields and the blue sky, her little mind dancing away from the bombs that always wait for us outside. I look at my mother. She has told us this story many times. It's her dream, her hope for us. I know she wants us to feel safe, but I also know that dreams are far away. They are like stars, beautiful, but so far in the sky that we can never reach them. I want to believe in her stories. I really do. But every time I hear them, I feel a part of me slip away. I wonder, is it possible? Could there really be a world where there are no bombs? Where no one is afraid? Where children like Noor can run freely through the streets without fear of anything? Do you think we will ever see that world? I ask, my voice low. It's not a question I ask often, but tonight, the silence in the room feels like it's waiting for an answer. I need to know if my mother believes in this dream as much as I want to believe in it. Layla's smile falters for just a second, and then she shakes her head gently. I don't know, my son. But I hope every day. I look at her, trying to read her eyes, but her eyes are soft, distant. She's not just talking to me, she's talking to herself too. Her words are full of love, full of hope, but I can see the worry behind them. The room is quiet again. I can hear the distant sound of the bombs, soft like thunder, but still loud enough to make me shiver. It's strange how quickly the world can go from peaceful to full of fear, how quickly the light can fade. And no matter how many times I hear my mother's stories, the world outside still feels the same. Layla reaches out and gently touches my hand, as if to pull me from my thoughts. Adam, my son, one day, maybe one day, we will live in that world. But until then, we hold on to each other. We stay strong, and we never stop dreaming. Her words are kind. They're meant to comfort me. But as I listen, I know that dreams can be fragile. They can be like glass. They shine, they sparkle, but they can break with just one touch. Do you really believe we'll ever be free, Mama? I ask quietly. My voice is small, like I'm afraid to hear the answer. Layla looks at me with such deep love, and then she pulls me close. She hugs me, her arms wrapping tightly around me. I believe that one day, Adam, one day, the world will be better. The world will be free, and we will be there, standing together. I wish I could feel the same way. I wish I could close my eyes and imagine that world, the one where there are no bombs, no fear. But I know better. I know that the world we live in now is not like that. Not yet. The silence stretches again, and I try to hold on to my mother's words. I try to believe that there is a better life waiting for us. But all I hear are the bombs. All I see are the shadows of war. I look at Noor, her eyes still shining with the light of the dream. And for a moment, just a moment, I wonder, maybe, just maybe, her dreams are enough to carry us through. Chapter 3. A Mother's Strength. The sound of the bombs never really goes away. It's always there. Sometimes it's far off in the distance, and other times it's so close that the walls shake. But no matter how loud or how near they are, there is one thing that never changes. My mother, Layla. My mother is strong, stronger than anyone I know. She doesn't show it, but I can see it. I can feel it. Every morning, she gets up before the sun, even when she hasn't slept. She doesn't complain. She just does what needs to be done. She makes us breakfast, she checks on Noor, and she keeps our little home running smoothly. She does all of this, even when her eyes are tired, even when her heart is heavy. I watch her sometimes when she thinks no one is looking. Her hands are soft, but they're also strong. I've seen them hold Noor, gently rocking her to sleep, and I've seen them grab a broom, sweeping away the dust that seems to settle on everything. She does everything with those hands, cooking, cleaning, comforting. But when the world outside feels too heavy, I can see the way her fingers tighten around whatever is in her hands, like she's holding on to something just to stay steady. She never cries, not in front of us, not even when the bombs are closest. I remember one night, not too long ago, the sky was bright with fire. We all huddled together in the corner of our room, sitting close, trying to stay as far away from the windows as possible. The sound of the bombs was deafening. The walls shook with every explosion, and Noor clung to my mother, her little body trembling with fear. But Layla didn't show her fear. She didn't look scared. She didn't even look worried. She looked calm, like she had control of everything, even when the world was falling apart around us. I was the one who was shaking, my hands cold and my heart racing. But when I looked at my mother, I saw something else. I saw a woman who was carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, and yet she didn't let it show. "Adam?" she whispered, her voice soft but steady. "Everything will be okay. I'm here. We are safe together." I knew she was lying. She didn't really know if we were safe. None of us did. But her words, those words, they made me believe for a moment that everything would be okay, that we could survive this. She said it like she believed it. And I believed her too, if only for a little while. The bombs kept falling, but my mother didn't move. She just held us close, her arms around Noor, her eyes focused on something far away. I didn't know what she was thinking, but I knew she was thinking about us. About how to keep us safe. About how to make sure we didn't feel the fear as much as she did. After that night, I started to watch her more closely. I saw how she hid her own fears, how she never let us see her pain. She would smile, even when she was sad. She would laugh, even when the world was crumbling around her. She would pretend that everything was okay, so that we wouldn't have to carry the weight she was carrying. But I saw it. I saw the tears in her eyes when she thought I wasn't looking. I saw how she would close the door behind her, just for a moment, to be alone. And then, in that quiet, she would cry. She would let the tears fall, but only for a few seconds. Because then, she would wipe her face, take a deep breath, and come back out, ready to be the strong mother we needed. I don't know how she does it. I don't know how she stays so strong when everything around her is falling apart. One day, after a long night of bombs and explosions, I found her sitting by the window. The light from the moon shone down on her face, and for the first time in a long time, I saw her look tired. Her eyes were closed, her hands resting in her lap. She wasn't smiling. She wasn't talking. She was just sitting, breathing slowly. I wanted to ask her if she was okay, but I didn't. I didn't want her to feel like she had to pretend for me. I didn't want to see her hide her pain anymore. Instead, I sat next to her. I didn't say anything. I just sat. For a long time, neither of us spoke. The only sound was the wind outside, the distant rumble of the bombs. But in that quiet, I felt something. Something stronger than fear. It was her strength. It was the way she held us together, even when everything around us was falling apart. Finally, she spoke. Her voice was soft, but it was steady. "Adam," she said, her hand reaching for mine. "We will get through this. I promise you." I didn't know how she could promise something like that. I didn't know how she could be so sure. But in that moment, I didn't need to know. I just needed to believe. And I did. I believed her. Because if she could be this strong, maybe, just maybe, I could be too. In the quiet, with my mother by my side, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. And it was enough to keep me going. Layla's strength, her love, was enough to carry us all, even when the world outside felt like it was breaking. And maybe, just maybe, That was all we needed. Chapter 4. The Morning After. The world shakes. It always shakes. But this time, it's different. This time, it's more than just the sound of a bomb. It's the sound of everything breaking. The walls crack, the ceiling falls, and the floor beneath us trembles. And then, silence. For a moment, everything is still. My heart races. My mind is spinning. Where are we? What just happened? I try to open my eyes, but dust fills the air, thick and choking. I can barely see. I can barely breathe. The darkness feels heavy, like it's swallowing me whole. Adam? Noor? Layla? I hear my father's voice calling out in the darkness. His voice is weak, but it's there. I feel a small spark of hope. He's alive. We're alive. I try to move, but something is pressing down on me. I feel trapped. Something heavy, something big. It's all around me, on top of me. My chest tightens, and I struggle to breathe. My body aches. Adam! Mahmoud's voice comes again, louder this time. Are you okay? Answer me! I try to speak, but my mouth is dry. I can barely move. Everything is too still, too silent, except for the sound of my own breathing, fast and shallow. I force myself to push against the rubble, my hands scraping against the sharp edges of broken pieces of stone and wood. My arms ache with the effort, but I don't stop. Father, I'm here, I finally manage to say, my voice coming out weak, almost a whisper. But Mahmoud hears me. I feel his strong hands grab mine, pulling me toward him. His grip is firm, steady. It's a lifeline in this sea of fear. Stay calm, Adam. We will get out. We have to stay calm. I nod, even though I don't know how we're going to get out. I can't see anything. I don't know where Layla or Noor are. I can't hear them, and the silence between us feels too loud, too frightening. Layla? Mahmoud calls out again, his voice cracking with worry. Noor? I feel my father's body shift beside me, moving through the darkness. I hear him coughing, his voice low. The dust is everywhere, and every breath feels like I'm swallowing sand. My father's hands are still holding mine, and his strength gives me courage. I try again to push myself free. My hands find the space around me, feeling through the rubble. I pull, I push, and finally, after what feels like an eternity, I break free. My body is covered in dust, my head spinning, but I'm free. I stand shakily, trying to find my balance in the rubble. Adam, stay close, Mahmoud calls to me, his voice steady but filled with urgency. I follow the sound of his voice. Step by step, I move through the dark, crawling over the pieces of what was once our home. I can hear him moving too, his footsteps slow but steady. He's looking for the others. I know he is. And then I hear it. A small voice, soft but full of fear. Noor, I cry, my heart racing again. Adam, Noor whispers, her voice trembling. I'm scared. I turn toward her voice. My eyes find her small body, covered in dust, her little face streaked with tears. I kneel beside her, taking her hand gently in mine. It's okay, Noor. We're going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. She looks up at me with wide eyes, searching for comfort. But I know, I can feel it too. I'm not sure how everything will be okay. I'm not sure how we will get out of this. But I hold her hand tighter and squeeze. We're together, I say. my voice stronger now, even if I don't feel strong. I hear Mahmoud behind me, moving through the rubble, calling for Layla. "Layla!" he shouts again. "Where are you?" "Papa," I whisper. "Where is Mama?" Mahmoud doesn't answer right away. The fear in his silence makes my stomach twist. But then I hear it, her voice, soft but steady. "I'm here. I'm here, Mahmoud." Layla's voice. I hear it clearly now. She's alive. She's okay. Mahmoud moves toward her, his steps quickening. "Layla! Thank God! Are you hurt?" Layla's voice sounds tired, but calm. "I'm fine, Mahmoud. Just a little shaken, that's all." And then I hear the soft sound of her coughing, and I feel a small, fleeting moment of relief. She's okay. She's safe. Mahmoud moves toward her, helping her to her feet. Together, they walk toward us, through the wreckage, and I see my mother's face for the first time in what feels like hours. Her eyes are tired, her face covered in dust, but she's here. She's with us. She smiles at us, a small, quiet smile. "We're alive," she says softly. "We're alive." I look at her, at my father, at Noor, and I feel a warmth inside me. It's the warmth of my father's courage, of my mother's strength. It's the warmth of family holding together, no matter what. We're alive, and for now, that's enough. Chapter 5. Noor's Laughter. The night is dark. The sounds of bombs fill the air, close and loud, making the walls tremble. I can feel the shaking in my bones. It's always like this, always. The world feels like it's falling apart, and I'm holding on, trying to stay steady, trying to keep everyone together. But then, I hear something different. A small giggle. At first, I think it's just the wind. But no, I hear it again, clear and light, like a little bell ringing in the dark. It's Noor. She's sitting beside me, her tiny body curled up on the floor, but her eyes are shining with something I can't explain. A little laugh slips from her lips again, and I turn to her, surprised. "Noor?" I whisper, unsure if I should be worried or confused. "What are you laughing at?" She looks up at me with wide eyes, her face full of wonder, not fear. "Adam?" She giggles again. "Is that thunder?" For a moment, I don't understand what she's saying. Thunder? I glance around the room. The floor shakes, the walls are cracking, and the sound of the bombs continues, loud and angry. "Noor," I say softly, "those aren't thunderclaps. Those are bombs. They're explosions." But she just giggles again, like she doesn't quite understand what I mean. "Oh," she says, "but I thought thunder only came when it rained. I don't see any rain." She looks out the window, her head tilted to the side, as if she's trying to figure it out, as if this is just another mystery of the world to her. I don't know why, but I can't help it. I smile. I smile at her innocence, at the way she doesn't know the fear that comes with the sound of bombs. She's too young to understand. She sees the world through different eyes, eyes that aren't clouded with worry. She doesn't know what it's like to feel that cold rush of fear every time the sky rumbles. She just laughs. And for a moment, it's like the bombs aren't there. Her laugh is small, sweet. It's the kind of laugh that makes the world feel a little softer, even if only for a second. I glance over at Layla and Mahmoud. They're sitting together, their faces weary, their eyes tired from the night. But even with everything happening outside, they still watch Noor, their faces softening as they hear her laugh. Mahmoud looks at Layla, and there's a quiet smile between them. It's a smile that says more than words could, something like, "We will protect her. We will protect all of them." I sit down beside Noor, trying to ignore the fear creeping up inside me. "Noor," I say gently, "you know the sound isn't thunder, right? It's dangerous." She nods, but then she looks back at the window, still peering outside with that same innocent curiosity. "But Adam, why does it sound like thunder?" I take a deep breath. I don't know how to explain it to her. How do I make her understand the danger without scaring her? How do I tell her that what she's hearing isn't just noise, but something that can hurt us? Something that makes our world feel broken? But before I can speak, Noor smiles up at me, her eyes twinkling. Maybe the sky is mad, and the bombs are just the thunder. Maybe it's just angry clouds fighting each other. Boom, boom. Her words surprise me. Maybe she doesn't understand the truth, but in her little mind, she's turned this dangerous, terrifying sound into something playful, something harmless, something she can laugh at. I chuckle softly, despite myself. I can't help it. Noor has this way of seeing the world that makes even the darkest moments feel just a little lighter. She's too young to know fear the way I do, but in her innocence, she somehow makes the fear feel a little smaller. "Maybe you're right," I say, smiling at her. "Maybe it's just the angry clouds." Noor giggles again, her voice ringing through the room. She doesn't understand, but she doesn't need to. She's laughing because, in her mind, there's nothing to be afraid of. In that moment, I almost believe her. Layla glances over at us, and I see her smile too, just for a second. She doesn't say anything, but I can tell she's thinking the same thing I am. Noor is a reminder of what we are fighting for. She is a reminder of the joy we can still find in this world, no matter how dark it gets. The bombs keep falling. The world outside is still broken, still full of fear. But here, in this small room, there is a light. It's Noor's laughter. It's the sound of innocence in a world that doesn't feel innocent anymore. I sit beside her, my heart a little lighter, as I listen to her giggle again. She doesn't know it, but she's giving us all a little peace, a little comfort, a little hope. And for a moment, I feel like everything will be okay. Just for a moment. Chapter 6. The Long Wait. The hours stretch on, one after another, each one slower than the last. Time doesn't seem to move. It feels like the world outside has stopped, like everything has frozen. But inside our little room, the air is thick with waiting. We are waiting for news. Any news. I sit by the window, staring out at the empty streets. There's nothing to see. The city outside is quiet, too quiet. No children playing, no cars passing, just dust, rubble, and the sound of distant explosions. I try to imagine the world beyond the walls, the world where life is still moving, still going on. But it feels far away, so far, like another life. Layla sits beside me, her hands folded in her lap. I can see the worry in her eyes, the way she keeps looking at the door, waiting for someone to knock. But no one does. No one comes. "Papa?" I ask, my voice quiet, almost afraid to speak. "Do you think they're okay?" Mahmoud doesn't answer right away. He just sits across from us, his hands on his knees, his face tired, like he hasn't slept in days. I know he's thinking about our family, about the ones who are still in the city, the ones who might be in danger. Our cousins, our uncles, our aunts. We haven't heard from them in so long. "I don't know, Adam," Mahmoud says at last, his voice low. "But we have to keep hoping. We have to believe they're okay. They are strong." I want to believe him. I want to believe that they are safe. But the waiting, it's too much. The not knowing, it's too hard. I reach into my pocket and pull out a small photo. It's worn at the edges, the color's fading, but it's still there. It's a picture of my cousins, taken last year during a family gathering. They're all smiling, their faces bright with laughter. We were together then. All of us. We didn't know what was coming. We didn't know how much we would lose. I hold the photo tightly, pressing it against my chest. I can feel the weight of it, the way it makes my heart ache. I wish we were all together again. I wish I could hear their voices, see their faces, just one more time. "Noor," I say softly, "do you remember this picture?" Noor is sitting on the floor, her legs crossed, drawing pictures in the dirt. She looks up at me and nods, her eyes wide. "It's our cousins. They're so far away now, aren't they, Adam?" I smile, even though it hurts. Yes, they are. But we will see them again. One day, I promise. Noor's face lights up, her little hands clasping together in excitement. "When, Adam? When will we see them?" I wish I had an answer for her. I wish I could tell her that it will be soon, that everything will be okay, that we will all be together again, just like before. But I can't. "We just have to wait," I say, trying to sound confident. We have to wait for the right moment. But waiting is the hardest part. The days pass slowly. Each one blends into the next, until they all feel the same. I wake up to the sound of silence, the silence of waiting. I listen for the sound of footsteps outside, the sound of a car, the sound of a phone ringing. But there's nothing, just the emptiness of the streets. The only noise is the quiet hum of our own thoughts, the quiet ache in our hearts. Layla tries to keep things normal. She cooks, she cleans, she talks to us, but I can see the worry in her eyes. I can feel it in her voice when she says, "We will be okay. We will make it through this." But I don't think she believes it. Not really. Not the way she wants to. I hold on to the picture of my cousins. I look at it every day, hoping for a sign, hoping that soon, somehow, we will hear from them. But every time the door opens, it's not them. Every time someone knocks, it's not their voices I hear. It's always someone else, someone I don't know, bringing news that doesn't help us. One evening, the sun is setting, casting long shadows across the room. The light is soft, the air cool. I'm sitting by the window again, staring out, lost in my thoughts. And then I hear a sound, a knock at the door. My heart jumps in my chest. I stand up quickly, my hands shaking, my pulse racing. Could it be them? Could it finally be news? Mahmoud gets up slowly, his face serious, his eyes wary. He opens the door, and for a moment, everything stops. There's no one there. I feel the weight of disappointment settle over me. It's just the wind, just the quiet. The waiting continues. I sit back down, my shoulders heavy with the weight of it all. The waiting, the not knowing, the hope that feels like it's slipping through my fingers. But as I look at Noor, drawing her little pictures in the dirt, I remember what she said. She said we would see our cousins again. She said it with such hope, such innocence, that for a second I start to believe her. Maybe one day. Maybe soon. I hold the photo of my cousins again, pressing it close to my heart, and I whisper to myself, we will be together again, one day. Chapter 7. The Weight of Fear. The night feels different tonight. It's heavier. The air is thick with something I can't quite explain. The sound of the bombs is distant, but I can still feel the tremor in my chest. I try to sleep, but sleep doesn't come. Instead, I lie in my bed, wide awake, listening to the quiet hum of the night. And then I hear them. Mahmoud and Layla. They're talking, but it's not the calm, quiet talk that usually fills our home. No, tonight their voices are louder. They're sharp. There's something heavy between them, something that feels like it's pulling them apart. I don't know what they're saying at first, but I hear their words more clearly as they grow louder. The words cut through the stillness of the night. I don't care, Mahmoud. Layla's voice trembles, and I can hear the anger in it. We cannot stay here any longer. It's too dangerous. The bombs are getting closer. We have to leave. For the children. Mahmoud's voice is calm, but there's a weight to it. Layla, we can't just run. We have no place to go. We have to wait. Wait for the right moment. I feel my heart race. I don't understand everything, but I feel it. The fear, the desperation, the uncertainty. Layla's voice breaks through again, louder this time. We don't have time to wait. Every day it gets worse. Every day the world gets smaller. How much longer do you want to wait, Mahmoud? How much longer until one of us... She stops, and there's a heavy silence. I hear Layla's breath catch, like she's trying to hold herself together. The words she didn't say hang in the air, thick with meaning. Mahmoud is silent for a moment too. I can almost feel the weight of his thoughts. I can hear the struggle in his silence, and it scares me. He's the strong one. He's the one who always knows what to do. Or he used to be. Layla. Mahmoud's voice is quieter now, but it's still firm. I'm doing the best I can. I can't make decisions like this on my own. We have to think about the children, about what's best for all of us. We can't just run blindly into the unknown. I can hear the fear in his words too now, even though he's trying to hide it. It's there, and it feels like it's pulling at everything around us. I sit up in my bed, my chest tight. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what to believe. I'm just a kid. What do I know about the weight of fear? What do I know about what's best for my family? But I feel it. I feel the weight of their voices, their fear. It presses down on me, and I can't escape it. I just want to go to sleep and forget about the bombs and the worry. I just want to feel safe. I just want to feel like everything will be okay. Why can't we just leave, Mahmoud? Layla says again, her voice breaking. Why are we waiting? Every minute we stay here, it gets harder to leave. The danger is growing. And if something happens to one of you, to Adam or Noor. She doesn't finish. She doesn't need to. I can hear the fear in her voice, the kind of fear that can't be explained with words, the kind of fear that feels like it's eating you alive from the inside. I feel it too. Mahmoud doesn't answer for a long time. I can hear him shifting, maybe pacing. He's trying to make a decision. I know it. He's trying to make the right choice. But every choice feels like the wrong one, doesn't it? Layla, Mahmoud says, and his voice is low, like he's finally given in to the weight of the night. I understand. I'm afraid too. But if we run now, we're just running into more danger. We don't know what's ahead. We don't know what's waiting for us out there. I hear the quiet desperation in his voice. He's torn. He wants to protect us, but he doesn't know how. He's carrying all the weight of our safety, and it's breaking him. Layla is silent for a long time. I can feel her thoughts too, swirling in the quiet between them. She's scared. I know she's scared. I can feel it in the way she breathes, in the way her words don't come easily. Finally, she says, I don't know what to do anymore, Mahmoud. I don't know how to protect them. How can we protect them if we don't do something? Her voice cracks, and I can hear the tears in it. I can hear the worry that is drowning her. The weight of their fear presses on me, and I don't know how to carry it. I'm just a boy. What do I know about this? What do I know about making decisions? What do I know about keeping my family safe? I hear Mahmoud move closer to Layla, his voice softer now, calmer. We will protect them. No matter what happens, we will protect them. But we have to think. We have to make the right choice for all of us. Layla doesn't answer right away. The silence stretches, long and thick. I lie back in my bed, my heart still racing. I don't understand everything they're saying, but I know one thing. I can feel the fear in their voices. I can feel it inside me, too. It's heavy, and it's getting harder to breathe. In the silence that follows, I close my eyes and wish for one thing. Just one thing. I wish I could take away their fear. I wish I could tell them everything would be okay. But I can't. All I can do is lie there, listening, feeling the weight of their words, and hoping that somehow we will find a way through the fear. Chapter 8. The Flame of Hope. It comes without warning. One moment, the world is a storm, loud and violent. The next, it's still. The fighting stops. The explosions that have torn apart the sky go quiet. The sound of gunfire, the rumble of the bombs, they're gone. For the first time in what feels like forever, there is silence. Real silence. I stand at the window, my eyes wide, my breath held. The air outside seems lighter, the sky clearer. It's as if the whole world is taking a deep breath after holding it for too long. I can't believe it. I don't know if I should trust it. But there it is, the stillness, the peace. Layla and Mahmoud sit quietly, watching the same sky. Their eyes are tired, but there's something in them that's different now. Something new. Could it be hope? I don't know if this is the beginning of something real. I don't know if the world will stay quiet or if the fighting will start again. But in this moment, I feel it. I feel the warmth of the sun coming through the window. It's gentle, like a hand on my shoulder, telling me that maybe, just maybe, we can find peace. And then, without thinking, I do something I haven't done in so long. I run outside. My feet hit the ground, and I feel the earth beneath me, solid and real. The sun is bright above, warming my face, and for the first time in a long time, I feel the heat of it. I close my eyes for a second and let the warmth soak into my skin. It's a small thing, but it's everything. The world around me feels calm. The streets are empty, but the silence is peaceful, not frightening. The air smells fresh, like rain, even though it hasn't rained for weeks. It's a strange feeling, walking outside without the fear of hearing an explosion. For once, it feels safe. I take a deep breath, filling my lungs with the air, as if I've been holding it in for too long. The weight that has been pressing down on me for so many days feels lighter, like it's slipping away. I don't know how long this peace will last. I don't know if it will stay. But for now, I let myself believe it. I let myself feel this moment, this small flame of hope that burns bright in the middle of all the darkness. I walk further into the street, my eyes scanning the sky, my heart racing. I want to see someone. I want to see anyone. Neighbors, people I know, people who have been hidden away in their homes, waiting for the fighting to stop. I want to see life. I want to know that the world hasn't forgotten us. And then I see her. Noor. She comes running toward me, her small feet barely touching the ground as she runs faster and faster, her laughter filling the air. I smile as she reaches me, her little hands grabbing hold of mine. "Adam! Adam!" she cries, her voice full of joy, her eyes sparkling. "Look! It's so bright! The sun! We can go outside now!" I laugh, not because I think it's funny, but because I feel it too. The joy, the freedom, the light. Noor's innocence, her belief that everything is perfect, makes me believe it too. "Yes, Noor," I say, my voice soft. "We can go outside now. It's safe." She grins and starts running in circles, her laughter ringing through the empty streets. It's the kind of laughter that makes you forget everything else, the kind that fills up your heart with warmth. I watch her for a moment, and then I close my eyes again, feeling the warmth of the sun on my face. For the first time in so long, I allow myself to feel something other than fear. I feel hope. I feel like maybe, just maybe the world can start over. Maybe peace is real, and maybe we can live in it. I hear Layla's voice behind me, calling my name. "Adam, come back inside. It's not safe to be out for too long." I hesitate for a moment, looking back at her. She's standing in the doorway, her eyes filled with caution. I can see the worry still there, hiding behind the hope. She's right, of course. The world isn't fixed, not yet. We still don't know what will happen next. But for now, I want to hold on to this. I want to hold on to this feeling that maybe things could change. Maybe there's a chance for something better. "I'll be back soon, Mama," I call back to her. I just want to feel the sun for a little while. I hear her soft sigh, and I know she understands. She doesn't say anything else. She just watches me, her eyes full of love and worry. Noor runs back to me, tugging on my hand. "Come on, Adam, let's play." And for the first time in a long time, I feel like I can. I feel like I can run and play and be a kid again, even if just for a little while. I look up at the sky, feeling the warmth of the sun on my face, and I smile. Maybe this is the beginning of something new. Maybe this is the moment when everything starts to change. And as Noor's laughter fills the air again, I let myself believe it. Maybe peace is possible. Maybe hope is real. Maybe, just maybe, we will be okay. Chapter 9. The Goodbye. The morning is quiet, too quiet. I stand by the window, staring out at the streets of Gaza. The sun is rising, casting a soft golden light on everything. But it doesn't feel like a new day. It feels like the end of something. Layla and Mahmoud are already packing. They are moving quickly, quietly, as if every minute counts. There's no time for hesitation, no time for tears. The decision has been made. We have to leave. I don't want to leave. I don't want to say goodbye to this place. This house has been my home for as long as I can remember. I've grown up here. I've played here, laughed here, and even cried here. This house holds every memory I have. Noor comes up to me, her little hand grabbing mine. "Are we going now, Adam?" she asks, her eyes wide and full of questions. I look down at her, trying to smile, but it feels fake. "Yes, Noor. We're going now." She doesn't understand everything. Not really. She doesn't know what it means to leave home, to say goodbye to everything you've ever known. But she knows that something is different today. I can see it in her eyes. Mahmoud walks over to me, his face serious. "We need to go, Adam. There's no time to waste." His voice is steady, but I can hear the weight in it, the sadness. This isn't what he wanted. This isn't what any of us wanted. But it's what we have to do. I nod, even though it feels like my heart is being pulled in 1,000 different directions. I don't want to leave, but I know we have to. Before I go, I turn back to the house. The walls that have seen so much, the laughter, the tears, the quiet moments, the noisy ones. The room where I first learned to ride a bike. The kitchen where Layla always cooked us meals, even when the world outside was falling apart. The hallway where Mahmoud would tell us stories at night. I walk slowly through the house, my hand brushing the walls. The dust is thick now, the air heavy with the feeling of something lost. Every room feels empty, even though it's still full of memories. I can almost hear the voices of the past calling to me. "Goodbye," I whisper softly, my voice shaking. "Goodbye, old house. Goodbye to everything." I don't want to go, but I know we can't stay. The world outside is too dangerous, and we can't risk staying here any longer. The bombs, the fighting, they've taken everything from us. I take one last look at the place where I grew up. I try to hold on to every detail, the way the sunlight used to shine through the windows, the sound of the birds outside, the feeling of safety that we once had. But it's slipping away. I hear Layla's voice calling me softly from the door. "Adam, it's time." I turn away from the house, and with a heavy heart, I step out into the world beyond. The streets are empty, but there's something in the air today. Something different. Something heavy. I feel Mahmoud's hand on my shoulder. "It's going to be okay, Adam," he says, his voice calm, but I can hear the uncertainty in it. He's trying to be strong for us. He's trying to keep us all together. I don't know if everything will be okay. I don't know what the future holds for us. But I know this. We are leaving with the strength of our love. We are carrying the memories of this place, the lessons we've learned, and the hope that we will find a new home, a new beginning. We walk together, hand in hand, moving away from the house, away from everything we've ever known. My heart aches with every step, but I know we have to keep going. We have no choice. And then I hear Noor's voice, small and unsure. Will we ever come back, Adam? I pause for a moment, looking down at her. Her face is full of questions, but I don't have any answers. I wish I did. I wish I could tell her that we will come back, that everything will be the same again. But I can't. I don't know what the future holds. Noor, I say softly, my voice thick with emotion. I don't know if we will ever come back, but we will carry this place with us, always. It will always be in our hearts. She looks up at me, her face full of hope, but also full of fear. In our hearts? I nod. Yes, Noor, in our hearts. And as we walk away from the house, I carry the memories with me. The love, the laughter, the pain, everything that has made us who we are. And though we may never return, I know one thing for sure. The love we shared here, the strength we built together, will never fade. No matter where we go, this house, this life, will live on in our hearts forever. Chapter 10. A New Beginning. We are leaving. The streets of Gaza are empty as we walk down the path, the weight of each step heavy with everything we are leaving behind. My heart is full, but it's not just with sadness. It's full of something else, too. Something I can't quite explain. It's hope. We are walking toward an uncertain future, one that we don't know, one that feels so far away from the life we've known. But I have my family with me, and that's enough for now. That's all I need. Noor is holding my hand, her small fingers squeezing mine as she skips along beside me. She doesn't fully understand why we're leaving, but she knows that we are. And she knows, deep down, that this is something we have to do. Layla and Mahmoud walk ahead of us. They don't say much, but I can see the sadness in their eyes. They are both strong, but I know that this goodbye is as hard for them as it is for me. Their faces are set, but I see the way their hands occasionally reach out for each other. Even in the silence, I can feel the love between them. I look back at Gaza one last time. The sun is setting behind the hills, casting an orange glow over the buildings. The sky is beautiful, but it feels different now. It feels like a place I can never return to. The house we left behind is still there, somewhere, waiting. The memories of laughter, of long nights spent talking, of the quiet moments that made it home, those memories will stay with me. But the house itself, the place where I grew up, is no longer ours. Gaza, the place where I was born, will always be in my heart, but I know it's time to move on. The walls that once protected us now feel like they are holding us back. The bombs, the fear, the danger, it's too much. We can't live like this anymore. I turn my head away from Gaza, pushing my thoughts aside. We can't change what has happened, but we can change what comes next. I look at Noor, who is still skipping beside me, her face bright with curiosity and wonder. She's not afraid of what's to come. She doesn't know the weight of the world yet. She doesn't know that the future is uncertain, but I see the future in her eyes. I see the possibility of a life without fear, a life where children can play outside without worrying about bombs, a life where families can live without hiding. I take a deep breath and hold on to that hope, because that's what we're walking toward now, a life full of peace, hope, and love. It may not be easy, and it may not come quickly, but it's a future worth fighting for. Adam, Layla says, looking back at me with a soft smile, we'll be okay. I nod, even though I'm not sure if she believes it as much as she wants to. But I want to believe her. I want to believe that we will find a new home, a place where we can rebuild our lives. I want to believe that the future will be better, that we can live without fear. Mahmoud pauses for a moment and turns to look at me. We are together, he says, his voice strong. That's what matters. We will build a future, one step at a time. His words are simple, but they carry weight. They remind me that no matter where we go, as long as we are together, we can face anything. We walk on. The sun is almost gone now, leaving only the faintest glow on the horizon. The path ahead is dark, but I don't mind. The darkness feels like a blank page, waiting for us to write our story. A story of resilience, of hope, and of love. I don't know what the future holds, but I know we are strong. We've made it this far. We've faced the worst, and we're still here. And together, we will keep moving forward. With every step, I feel a little lighter. I feel like maybe, just maybe, we can start over. I feel the warmth of the sun on my face, even though it's almost gone. I feel the hope that it's not the end, but the beginning of something new. A new beginning. As we walk into the night, I hold on to that hope. Because no matter where we go, no matter how uncertain the future may be, we are moving towards something better. A life full of peace, a life full of love, a life worth fighting for. And with my family by my side, I know we will find it.